Hello and welcome to another Royal Reviewer pop-up chat. There's a few stories that I want to talk about today. Two of them are about kind of Harry and Meghan and baby Archie, and one of them is quite a surprise story to me actually. One about the Queen from Sunday. So there's a few things we want to talk about. So I'm going to let people come into the live chat. I do hope you are all getting notifications. I do hope you enjoyed my video on my other channel, which I premiered today, Elliot's British Life. I did an unboxing video, so do head on over there, subscribe, and check out that video. So I'm now going to find the chat room and see who is here, and then we will get straight into today's video. I hope you've all had a wonderful weekend. I hope you've all had a great start to the week. Let me know how you're doing. Okay, I can just about see everyone in the chat room now. Hello and welcome. I can see you all. I have people from all over the world, including Trinidad and Tobago. Hello to you. Alicia says, what's happening with Harry and Meghan? Well, nothing as far as I'm concerned, but we'll go there in a moment. So, shall we start with the Harry and Meghan stuff? Maybe? Okay, let me just... We'll go there. The first story I will talk about is actually the last one that I've put in the title of the video. It was about Serena Williams, possibly visiting baby Archie. Now, as we know, Meghan and Serena, big mates, they're big friends. And of course, all of Meghan's friends are at some point more than likely going to come and visit Archie. Oh, we have a donation from Karen, $1.99. Thank you so much for your kind donation. You get a fan flap from me and a thank you. Mwah. So we know that all of her friends are eventually going to make it. I don't understand what this big fuss is, that there's this race, that everyone has to descend on Frogmore Cottage. No, the parents need some peace with baby. You know, they've had a lot of activity going on, you know, and I think they just need a little bit of space. But anyway, there is this big obsession with people coming to see baby Archie. And if people don't come within the first 2 weeks, that is like criminal as far as some people are concerned. But no, I think it's normal and it's natural to give the couple and baby a little bit of breathing room and a bit of space. But I saw a story a few days ago about Serena Williams. Now, all of this came from an Instagram post that she made. And she posted an Instagram photo of herself in what looked like a very regal looking setting. And people instantly jumped on the bandwagon and said, it's Windsor Castle, it's Frogmore House, she's gone to see baby Archie. And I was looking at the photo and I was thinking, I don't think it is. When you actually go to her Instagram post, she actually says "Je t'aime," which is French, and I do believe she's actually playing. Is it the French Open that's on at the moment? Anyway, I don't believe she was in England for that photograph. I think she was in France. I also spoke to a few friends as well, including some of my moderators, who said, I don't recognise that. In fact, one of my moderators, HM the King, has been to Windsor Castle. And he said, I don't recognise that room. Of course, obviously Windsor Castle's massive. He hasn't been to every single room. But it just didn't look right. And then coupled with the French phrasing. And also, she was doing a paid promotion. She was promoting her outfit in her Instagram post. Nothing wrong with that. That's fine. But, you know, we often talk about breaches of protocol. But it really would be a massive, humongous faux pas to do an Instagram promotion of your outfit if you were in a royal residence. So it all just didn't make sense to me that she was in England at the time of that photo. Now, of course, France, it's very close to the UK, of course. So, you know, if she visited baby Archie prior to that photo, who knows? If she's going to come after, maybe. I don't know. I'm not saying she hasn't. Like I say, I think all of the friends will come at some point. But people based an entire article, probably YouTube videos I haven't checked, on the fact that, you know, that was somewhere in England. And I don't think it is. That's what I'm saying. I really do not think it is. So just beware of those photographs. I think they were taken in France. Let's see what people are saying. Ava says, thank you for clearing up the madness of all these rumours. Barbie says lower grade press is desperate for news. In the absence of real news, they make up stories, and they are completely just going by people's Instagram posts and just taking an inch and going a mile. Dana, thank you. $2 Canadian. Love your chats, very informative. Thank you so much, and of course you get a fan flat for supporting the channel. Thank you so much. Mwah. Let's see what else people are saying. RTD says no one but essential folks near the baby until the first immunisations. That is a good point, actually. I forgot about immunisations. Colleen says, I remember not wanting all those people germs around my newborns. Yes. I totally forgot about the immunisations. Kathy says, I did not allow visitors for a month. Go away, people. Shoo, shoo. Janet says, I love to listen to you, viewing from Trinidad and Tobago. And yes, and happy Memorial Day as well. H.M. the King says, it's the carpet that gives it away. The Queen never uses plain red carpet. It looked a bit cheap, that carpet, anyway, in any of her residences, and the carpet was too thin to be expensive enough for her. Just what I said, it did look a little bit on the cheap side. I'm not casting aspersions that the French are cheap, but yes, it didn't look like the fine English quality you would expect from the Queen. Kathy G says, just like the reporter tried to daddy shame Prince Harry for playing in the charity polo match. Oh, pfft. He can do what he wants. Chan says, did Meghan Markle... yes, Doria is back in America now. I've seen photographs, that is true. I have the proof that I need. I've seen Doria in America. Yes, away with everybody. Liv Lovenath says, William was very ecstatic. His team Aston Villa are in the Premier League. Yes, if you've not seen the video, there's a little tiny short 6-second clip which was posted on the Kensington Palace site, and it shows a very excitable William. I posted it on the channel and made a whole video out of it, but incredibly excited. So I'm very pleased for Prince William, and I'm very pleased for Aston Villa too. I don't really support football, so I'm very impartial when it comes to teams, but yes, well done Aston Villa. I think they deserve a fan flat for making it back into the Premier League. So yes, congratulations to William, and congratulations to Aston Villa too. H.M. the King says, the rugs at the palace and castle are at least an inch thick. Not kidding. You've been there, so you would know. And yeah, I did think that carpet looked a bit thin and cheap. Dare I say it? Rose says, media is trying to send Harry and Meghan to Africa. Oh, yes, that's my next story. Yes. Marilyn says, did you see the baby mallet? Harry... No, I didn't. I'll have to check that out. Yes, Aston Villa won. Right, I'm going to go to the next story, which you've just mentioned, which was, of course, Africa. Now, apparently, the story originated in the Daily Mail. Now, I know some of you have very strong comments and thoughts and feelings about Daily Mail articles, so I'm not going to read the whole thing. But basically, they did an article saying that Harry and Meghan are planning a trip to South Africa with baby Archie later this year. So I think they're thinking sort of September, October time. And they are saying that a source, an inside source with the African kind of authorities, are telling them that they have been briefed to make preparations for a royal visit. I'm not quite sure what the wording was. Hang on. Is the wording here? Let's have a look. Okay, I can't find it on that article. It's quite long-winded, but let's just see if I can see it on another one. Here we go. Officials in South Africa have been told to expect a visit by Prince Harry, Meghan and baby Archie later this year. Now, we don't know if that is true or not. We don't know what these officials are. We don't know if they're made up. We don't know if it's their source says or anything like that. And this comes off the back of extensive rumours and speculation that they are planning an extended trip to Africa in the future. Now, of course, I've always said that an extended trip is possible, especially if it's linked to a specific project. But incredibly early days on that. We do not know if it is happening. We don't know how it's happening. We don't know where it's happening. We don't know for what cause it may be happening. It may not even be happening at all. So I'm kind of the mindset, let's just wait and see. But I said months and months ago, I do not expect the Sussexes to do any kind of overseas travel this year. I always thought that if they were going to make an overseas tour, that it would be likely the spring of next year. So the spring of 2020 is what I'm imagining their first overseas family trip could be. I just don't see any overseas travel this year. I think Meghan will have been cooking up lots of stuff behind the scenes for when she gets off maternity, so I think that will keep her very, very busy. And there's no need. There's just no need to rush an overseas tour. And it would make sense for baby Archie to be a little bit older. There's no reason why he couldn't go at that age. But I just think it makes more sense, more practical sense for him to be a little bit older. And like I say, I think Meghan will be so busy with all the projects that she's had on hold because of maternity. I think she'll have been working tirelessly behind the scenes, and I think she'll have lots that she'll want to show off and get going, and that all takes time. And then sort of, you know, after September, October, when she's kind of expected back, we don't know the actual dates, then we go into Christmas and the Christmas break. So that period is very, very busy, and I don't see it. Perhaps, maybe, you know, Harry might be planning an African trip, maybe to do something with Centre Barley. That could be where this has come from. I don't know. But again, I think it's one of those stories where people have taken an inch and made a mile, or even it could just be completely fabricated. Anyway, like I say, I'm not saying, you know, an African trip is not possible in the future. I'm sure it will be. And there are so many other Commonwealth countries of which they need to visit as a couple, as a married couple, and as a family. So it will all happen in due course. I don't know what the obsession is with trying to push them on Africa. Yes, we know they like Africa. It's one of Harry's favourite places. It's one of Meghan's favourite places. It's a beautiful continent, and I am sure they will visit in time. But what is the hurry with pushing them there? You know, if you believe the media, they'd be banished there by the Queen, living there, and all the rest of it. What a load of nonsense. So I'm inclined to say, just wait and see. If something comes, brilliant. But we'll be excited about it. We'll follow it. We'll watch it. You know, we'll be happy for them. But I'm not buying it. And I don't see any overseas travel this year. Could be wrong, but I just don't see it. I think there'll be so much going on when Meghan returns from maternity. I don't think there'll be time to squeeze it in. And I just think it makes more sense to wait at least until the spring of 2020. Let me know your thoughts on that one, because I'm sure people will have lots of views on that. Deb says, come to think of it, I would love to have them here in Africa. Great idea. Which country in Africa would they move to? I don't know which country they're planning on visiting, if indeed they are. Matt says, I think Harry and Meghan will be expecting another royal baby by the same time next year. Speculation indeed. Elaine says, oh no, hang on. Sandy Pun says, hi Elliot, how are you? I'm okay, thank you. Why is your camera quality so poor? I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting, because it's kind of, look, it's kind of that outside. Ooh, I've just knocked something off the table. My duck has gone. So it's just the lighting. I do apologise. H London says, thank you. Another rumour running wild. Yes. Well, put the brakes on it. Put the brakes on that rumour. Becky Ray says, I have never seen Harry so happy. He looked really happy at the polo match. Carmen's Tarot says, my home country, Africa, but they go to South Africa. Again, we don't even know. Let's just go up a little bit, because I'm sure I've missed loads of comments. Let's have a look. Shan says, are Meghan and Harry going to get a nanny for the baby? I would assume so. I mean, they're a busy working couple. I don't think they could do without one once Meghan goes back to work. So yes, I think so, but we don't know when. If it was me, I'm just trying to think practically here, I would probably want to get a nanny settled before I go back to work. So I'm imagining if they were going to, well, they probably are going to get one. I'm imagining sort of midsummer would be a good time to have, for a nanny to get used to them and for them to get used to the nanny, so that everything's any glitches maybe ironed out before Meghan goes back to work. Michael says, let Meghan and baby Archie be, because Harry's out and about, that's enough, not fair. I agree, it's just normal stuff. Natheta says, Meghan has a big conference with One World and the Queen's Commonwealth Trust in October. I definitely think she'll be back by October. I'm thinking September, maybe early October. But yes, I don't think she'll miss those. Auntie D says, I doubt they're taking Master Archie anywhere for a while. Definitely not for a year. Well, I don't know. I mean, royal babies have travelled before. I travelled on a plane to a foreign country when I was 6 months old with my parents. So it's not impossible. I'm not saying it's not possible. It is possible. But I'm not thinking September, October, November. And then after November, we're into Christmas. So I just think that the spring of 2020 is probably the earliest. But we will see. I will stand corrected and eat my hat if they do. B says, officials inside Africa, where in Africa? Exactly. If an official had said, they would have more information to pin it down to. Which again, I think you're entirely right to suggest that it's probably a little bit of fake news going on. We'd have more detail, surely. Kirsten says, I hope I am wrong, but it is obviously... what? Harry never smiles around Meghan? I've seen smiles. Just Me says, I think eventually they will need a nanny because Meghan and Harry will resume royal duties. Exactly. They will need it. And Doria is back in the US. And she shouldn't necessarily be cooped up with baby anyway. Doria has her own life. She's the grandmother, not the nanny. Christine, I agree. So sick of the tabloids. Okay, let's have a little peek. Yes, thank you to the moderators for helping. Gwen says, I can't wait to see more pictures of baby Archie, as can lots of people. Sherry says, thank you for your balanced, real and informative thoughts. You are more than welcome. And I don't think there's anything else we can say about this story. So I think we should all move on, because it's just a load of speculation. Now, I want to move on to the Queen, because the Queen was seen, it rhymes, the Queen was seen on Sunday for church, but not in Windsor, not in Sandringham, but Balmoral, of no less. So she is staying at Craiggowan Lodge, which is a big lodge on the Balmoral estate. So rather than opening up the big main castle, sometimes if they stay out of season, out of summer season, they will stay at some other properties. And Craiggowan Lodge is one of the Queen's favourite retreats. She has mentioned previously that she goes there when she wants to escape everything. So, the article that I read, now, can I link to it in the chat room? I don't know. I will link to it after I've gone live into the description. So if you're watching on Catch Up, I will put the link in. But let me just see if I can link it, and then you can all go and see the photos. Okay, I put the link in. Hopefully you can follow the link. So I'm not going to read the whole article, but obviously we can look at the pictures, because I think it's really nice to see pictures of the Queen. Who doesn't like seeing pictures of the Queen? So the Queen was wearing royal blue to attend Sunday service at Balmoral with her son Prince Edward and granddaughter Lady Louise Windsor. Now, I always love to see Lady Louise. She's one of those royals that I'm kind of fascinated by a little bit. I don't know, is there something about her that I like? I like Lady Louise Windsor, who technically should be a princess in her own right, but obviously that was declined by her parents. So, it states that she is staying at the 7-bedroom Craiggowan Lodge on the estate. Now, they're speculating, I think, that she's there to take on, kind of, to look after the estate, and I don't think so. I'm not kind of buying that. And it also says that it's a tradition that she goes every year. Now, again, I was talking to my moderators and friends, and I said, I don't remember her going there every single year. I'm sure we'd know if she's been there every single year, if it's a tradition. They couldn't remember either. And HM the King did a little bit of digging for me and found out that she did go last year. So this time last year, after the wedding of Harry and Meghan, she did go for about 4 or 5 days to Craiggowan Lodge at Balmoral. But prior to that, I don't remember seeing her go this time every year. So I think in terms of tradition, it could be a new tradition. And of course, the Queen has had a busy week, 4 engagements. She's got a busy week ahead with the USA state visit, with President Trump coming over, and lots of things going on. It's busy. So I just think this period in the royal calendar has become, and also it's half term as well. It's half term in the UK, so Lady Louise is off school. I just think it's a good point in the royal year to have a bit of a break. So I think the Queen is just having a break, a well-deserved break, and of course half term, so Lady Louise is able to be there. Now in the photographs we don't see any Sophie, so I don't know if Sophie Wessex is there, the Countess of Wessex, but the Queen looks gorgeous. I mean, lots of people have been commenting recently how gorgeous she looks with her skin. The royal blue outfit, I think, looks really, really good. Lady Louise is growing up and looking a lot older, smiling and laughing very, very, very well. The Queen has a blanket in her lap, which she always does when she's travelling by car. Yes, I mean, she's just had a really, really busy period, and obviously all those photographs are there for you to see. Let's see what people are saying. Kirsten says, whomever is dressing the Queen is doing a great job as well. Yes, Her Majesty always looks so stylish, and hard to believe she's in her 90s. What's 93? She's got a whole life ahead of her. PJR says, me again, hello. Blue cornflowers, also known as bachelor buttons, and look differently than what you have in your garden. Okay, I know you're replying to my other vlog. I will have to check that out. Thank you, Jay Ha. Yes, 82,000 subscribers, my goodness. Thank you to everyone who has subscribed. Auntie says, say that 3 times. The Queen was seen. The Queen was seen. The Queen was seen. Yes, it's hard. Yes, almost 83,000. And I agree, Christine, the Queen always looks impeccable. She does indeed. Deb says, I always keep wondering how Harry and Meghan came up with the name Archie. I just think they liked it. I think that's literally just it. Kirsten Wood says, I think it was great Catherine got the the Victorian Cross. That was super. I think Catherine is the best role model. Her style evolution is awesome. Yes, the Grand Dame Cross, that was just really lovely to see. And of course, that is in the Queen's gift to give. And, you know, usually she makes the royals wait a little bit before she gives them. Andrea D says, the tabloids in the US are searching for royal stories too. Oh no. Where does the Queen go on vacation? Well, she used to go on Britannia back in the Britannia days, and she used to, once it was decommissioned, hire a bit of a... she kind of hired a private yacht and sailed around Scotland. But now she goes to Sandringham at Christmas, she goes to Balmoral in the summer. That's her vacations. Sandy P says, use the high quality camera for weekly live chats and for blogs. Do some outstanding outside blogs. Well, actually, I'm filming this on the same camera I do my weekly vlog on. It's the lighting. Does the Queen ever visit a commoner's church? Ros says. The Queen has been to many churches. In fact, really, I mean, I suppose... probably can't be described as a commoner's church, but it is a public church at Balmoral. Craffy Kirk Church has its own congregation of locals. Karen says, negative stories sell papers. Many people love negativity. Little Annie says, I think Balmoral is open to the public soon. It is open. It's open now, and it actually closes is it a week or so before the Queen arrives. Phoenix J also likes Lady Louise. Sorry if I'm missing a few now. Rose says the Queen is the head of the Church of England and all its churches. Yeah, she is. Jason 4 says, I like for Lady Louise to be with the Queen. It's so sweet. And they have a shared passion of horses as well. How are we doing for time? Oh, we're fine. Matilde says, what do you think about the new movie for TV regarding Harry and Meghan's first year of marriage? I haven't seen it. And people have been sending me clips, I think. Dare I watch? Alicia says, people who hate on Meghan secretly wish they were her in person. I'm just going to ignore the haters. When is Buckingham Palace open for the summer? As soon as the Queen leaves to go to Balmoral. So in a couple of months. Did I see the coverage of Prince Charles and Camilla in Ireland? Yes, I made a video on. I put all of their days' engagements into one 12-minute video. I do believe it was. Jerry says, I only hate on Meghan because I wanted to marry Harry. Join the club. I wanted to marry Harry too, but I don't hate on anybody. It's one T in my name. H. the King says, Buckingham Palace, 22nd of July to the 31st of September, usually. As soon as the Queen leaves, pretty much. Yes, people can be very jealous. Little Annie says, I think the plant you have might be Jacob's ladder. Okay. Yes, well, it does seed everywhere. Yes. That plant has seed, so it could be. Ooh, the Queen has seen the throne from Game of Thrones. There was a lovely picture of that a while ago. Live Love Laugh says, okay, Windsor Castle is open. No wonder Serena Williams took that photo. No, we don't think it's Windsor Castle. We think it's in France. Deb says, I need to know what is Catherine's workout routine. No idea, but I want it. Yes, how do you give birth to 3 kids and have a flat stomach? I agree. I want that routine too. Yes, happy Memorial Day to everybody who celebrates that. Margaret says, you missed both my comments. Oh no, what did you say? I'm scrolling up. We have a donation. Who's it from? Oh, Gregory C. 50 US dollars. My goodness. Thank you so much, Gregory. You get a big fan flap from me. Thank you. Mwah. You get a kiss too, if you want it. You can bat it back if you want. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Margaret says, I really respect William and Catherine for keeping baby Louis out of the media as much as they have. They certainly deserve some privacy, much to the charging of the tabloids. That is true. There's something to be said for privacy. Oh, Sandy, we're not going to get into politics on this channel. H.M. the King says, people really think they would let Serena do a photo shoot in the grand reception room at Windsor. Yes, it was a paid promotion on her Instagram post. Now, people talk, like I say, about protocol breaches and faux pas. That would be a massive faux pas. Do I really think Meghan and Harry are going to Africa? No, I don't. I mean, eventually, yes, but not as they're talking in September, October. I don't know. But we'll see. We will see. Margaret says, you've skipped both. I've read one of your comments just. Which other one have I missed? Tim says, I am not coming to London this summer, but why don't you go to Troop in the Colour? You could live stream. You know what? It may be a good idea. Margaret, did I miss another one? Kat says, it is not logical to think that Harry would have married haters. Yeah, exactly. There's always rumours about Princess Eugenie being pregnant, but I don't believe them. I like to travel, but I don't really get around to it much. Now, I'm going to wrap this video up because I've talked about all the topics that I've wanted to. So, if you've joined late, we have talked about the Queen of Balmoral. We have talked about Serena Williams visiting baby Archie, if indeed she did. And we have talked about the Sussex's possible visit to Africa. So, if you've missed any of that, do go back and watch the replay. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for joining. Thank you for spending time with me. I know your time is precious and valuable, and I do appreciate that you spend the time here with me. So if you have enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media. Hit the notification bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. And also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. So, from me in Shropshire, mwah, to you all, and goodbye.